Hi guys, welcome to my first video on YouTube. So I'm really excited to get this done. Today I'll be talking about trading psychology. What do I mean by trading psychology? Well, I'll be discussing how you can increase your trading mentality, your trading profit to like 95 even without entering a trade first. Because I believe before every trade, before every successful trade, you should always have a successful setup. And for you to have a successful setup, you have to work with the right mentality and psychology. You understand what I'm saying? So first, I like to first appreciate everybody for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And please, after this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the video to our channel. So let's go straight to business trading psychology part one. First, as you can see, you can see something on the board that says Peeps, Peeps is greater than dollar. What I'm trying to say is target Peeps and not dollar. What do I mean? If you want to target, if you want to enter a trade, don't go in with the mindset of I want to get $40 of this trade. I want to get $50 of this trade. No, it's going to end up bad for you. That is the very first step of losing a trade. But the very first step of winning a trade is targeting pips. Go with the mindset that I want 40 pips of this trade, I want 30 pips, I want 40 pips. Then you know what? Once you get the pips, the dollar will follow. Then the second thing is to calculate your loss in dollars. What do I mean? Calculate your loss in dollar. For instance, you have an account. You have account of 200 or $500. You want your SL to be 20 pips. It's 20 pipes, and now remember we're not talking about CP, we're talking about SL. So what do I do in this case when I have $500 account and okay, I say my SL is $200, 200 pips. So what I do is I want to use a standard lot size. This is just an assumption. We are not saying this is how you should trade. I'm just giving you an assumption on how to calculate your loss in dollar. Since we calculate our profit in pips, then we should calculate our loss in dollar. I target 20 pips, then in dollar, with my standard lot size 1.0, then I should be having $200 risk, right? When I now calculate my pips in dollars, and I see that the risk I'm taking is $200, then I look at my equity. Let me put it this way. This is your equity. Now, what should be in the back of your mind is, since I'm ready to risk $200, will I be able to afford the risk of $200 and $500 accounts? Will I be? If the answer is no, zero your mind and take away that lot size. You already know the lot size is your pool power. So what you do is, if for a $500 account, let's say you have a lot size of 0.1, let's say you want to risk $20. Can you risk 20? Can you afford the risk of $20 in $20 in a $500 account? If the answer is yes, go on with the trade. But if it's something like, there's something I used to say, when you can't afford the risk, you shouldn't enter that trade, because it will actually keep you restless and you'll be panicking. You'll be checking your trade. But once it's a trade you can use, let's say for example 0.1, you're risking $2. This kind of trade is going to give you peace of mind first. You're going to rest, you're going to sleep, and check the trade once in a while, because you can afford what you're risking. Don't get it wrong. I'm not calculating how much I'm gaining in pips. I'm calculating how much I am losing in dollar. I'm calculating how much I'm gaining in Peeps, and I'm calculating how much I'm losing in dollars. So the first thing on your mind should be target Peeps, not dollar. Calculate your loss in dollar. Next thing is going to be learn how to complement trade. So how do you learn how to complement trade? Well, this has to do with our lot size. So I want you to, take anything that's distracting you off your head now, and please pay attention to what I'm about to show you. How do you complement trade? Let's say, for example, you are having, let me give it a workspace. Let's have this off our board. So let's explain how we learn how to. Let me have this off my board also. Erase this. So back to this. For instance, you open a GUSD here. You use a lot size of 0.1. Then you want to like have another trade. You open, let's say, AJPY, that's our dollar and Japanese yen. You want to use 0.2. Well, since I have it in my back of my mind that I want to complement a trade, so automatically this is wrong. Don't do this. Don't try to complement trade like that. So how do I complement trade? Since I have a lot size of 0.1 in the first trade, why don't I now take 0.1, make all these JPY 0.1? Why am I actually doing this? Because let's say, for instance, I'm targeting a Peeps of $70, since your trade, your money management 1:2. Let's take, for instance, we're having 1:2 trade. Then we said on our GUSD, remember we're using the 0.1 as a micro lot size, mini lot size. So we have it this way. Our TP should be, let's say, 50 pips. And let's say SL 25 pips. Remember 1:2, that is 25 pips. Right. Let's make this bold so we don't get confused. Yeah. So now in dollar, now let's put it this way, in dollar. We are going to be having we're going to be having a TP of $50, right? And an SL of $25. Sorry, $25. So we said AJPY. Remember, we are learning how to complement a trade. This pair now, there's this condition for this complementing of trade. Don't trade pairs that have the same currency in it. Let's say GUSD. There's no Great Britain in my next pair. There's no USD in my next pair. Why is this case? Because some currency pair move in a way that when, let's say, fundamental news is dropped and Great Britain gain this random strength against USD, and you're initially selling that kind of pair, then you begin to lose that trade. But when you're now having the second pair also the same thing as GUSD, as let's say GJPY, since you will be also losing GJPY, if you understand what I'm trying to say. But now, remember, now look, since I'm using the same lot size, I'm using everything. So I say TP also, remember, 1:2, 50 pips, and SL 25 pips, right? So TP is going to be $50 as usual, and my SL is going to be $25. Now look at this case. In this case, let's assume you lost USD. So let's assume we lost GUSD, that's Great Britain to US dollar, and we won AJPY. The total loss for that day will be minus $25, and your total gain or profit will be plus $50. Now you see, you've already complemented this trade by having now you see you're winning this trade. Why are you winning this trade? It's because first you've complemented the lot size. You complemented this lot size at this joint. You complement the lot size. That means once you're losing GUSD and you're gaining AJPY, you're still having a winning trade. But let's look at that scenario whereby we had 0.2. That means your TP is going to be your total profit is going to be like $100 to $50. Let's say you now lose GUSD and your AJPY is profit, then you still be in a massive loss. But once your lot size is complementing each other, you have no issue, or you're still going to win the trade. So first, pips is greater than dollar. You understand what I mean by that? Target pips, not dollar. Then when you can afford the loss, then you should go ahead with the trade. Then you learn how to complement the trade. That means if you're taking two trades, make sure the two trades have the same lot size. So in case if you're losing one and you're gaining one, you are still in track. That way you can be able to go back. You can be able to recover your loss. Lastly, work on 2 to 4 p.m. per week. What do I mean by work on 2 to 4 p.m. per week? So this is this. You have GUSD, AJPY, ENZ, NZ, that's euros and New Zealand dollars, and let's go what pair should I use? Okay, I'm trying to look for pairs that don't have. Okay, CHF and Canadian dollar. Card CHF rather. Card CHF. Exactly. So let's say, for instance, I have this 4 pairs. I want to explain to you what I mean by work on 2 or 4 pairs per week. First, even having this pair on my checklist, I'm going to get familiar with them for that week. I'm going to be able to spot where the price is likely to reverse, where it's going to buy, where it's going to sell. I get to know more about that. I get very familiar with it. I get to know the price reaction at certain zones. And apart from that, it helps also in complementing the trade, because you say if you're using a 0.1 year, you should be using a 0.1 year. And you can use 0.05 and also use 0.05 here too. So you're actually comparing depending on your equity, depending on your lot size. Remember, when you can afford the loss, that is when you can learn to complement trade. When you can't afford a loss, you can complement a trade because your lot size is actually playing a big role in that. So you work on 2 to 4 pairs because I believe it gives you it make you familiar with the pair. It makes complementing the pair very easy. So that being said, in summary now, Peeps is greater than dollar. What do I mean by that? I mean target piece, then the dollar will follow. Calculate your loss in dollar. Once you can avoid the loss, you're good to go. Learn how to complement trade. That means use lot size that complement the next trade lot size, and make sure you don't trade the same currency pair in two or more positions. Work 2 to 4 pairs. That's how you complement trade. Since you want to complement a trade, you just work on 2 to 4 pairs. It even makes you familiar with the pair. Please subscribe, press the subscribe button down there, and stay tuned for trade psychology part 2 because I'll be dropping that very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Please drop your comments, ask your questions. We're going to review it in our next video. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.